Hey guys, Will at Third and Long. Welcome to my Week 8 NFL picks and predictions video. We will be looking at who wins, who loses, and what we predict the final score will be. Hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get started. So starting out Week 8 on Thursday night at 8:15 on Prime, we have the 3-3 Buccaneers coming off of a loss versus the 4-3 Bills, also coming off of a loss. So Tampa Bay lost to Atlanta, Bills lost to the Patriots. I don't even know how that happened. They gave up 29 points to the Patriots. Patriots had only scored 20 points their last 3 games combined. But Buffalo is favored here by 8.5 points. They must get things back on track. Since that Jacksonville loss, they have basically been sputtering since then. Now they are 8.5 point favorites. They have the better weapons. They have Josh Allen, Cook, Diggs. Look for them to get the rebound here. But Buccaneers, do not overlook them. Baker is having a very good year this year, and they do have a top 10 defense still. So that will always keep the game close. But I'm looking for Buffalo to get the win, 27-17, and for them to cover. Next game at Sunday on 1 p.m. on Fox, we have the LA Rams at 3-4 versus the Cowboys at 4-2. Dallas 6.5 point favorites. So Rams are also coming off of a loss versus the Steelers. They should have beaten the Steelers. They didn't beat the Steelers. Stafford is throwing for a lot of yards this year, but not touchdowns, and picks are high. Cowboys are coming off of the bye. We know they have a top 3 defense that will always keep the game close, and they should be beating up Stafford bad. He has been sacked a lot this year. Look for that to continue this week. They have a serviceable offense. Their offense is better than the Steelers' offense, and the Steelers' offense ran all over the Rams. So look for the Cowboys to get the win here. 27-20, and for them to cover. Next game we have at 1 p.m. on Fox. We have the 3-4 Vikings versus the 2-4 Packers. So this line is coming in as even. I don't know why. Packers are playing god-awful this year. So Jordan Love is not having a good year at all. They can't run, they can't throw, they can't play defense. Vikings 3-4 coming off of an upset win versus the 49ers. Back-to-back wins, even though Justin Jefferson still hasn't been cleared to play. Other players have stepped up like Jordan Addison. So they're able to move the ball. They've been running the ball well. Cousins is having a really good year. He lights it up usually, especially when they play in the afternoon. That's his best time. They did beat the 49ers, which is the number 1 or number 2 overall defense, and they beat the crap out of them, threw all over them. So I don't know why this line is even. I know this is a big rivalry game, but look for the Packers to continue to win here. I am seeing look for the Vikings to continue to win here, and I see the Vikings winning 28-20. Next game we have at 1 p.m. on CBS. We have the 4-3 Falcons versus the 2-4 Tennessee Titans. Atlanta is favored here by 2.5 points. So Falcons had that upset win versus Tampa Bay. I'm not buying Ritter as a good quarterback. I know they had the issue with Bijan Robinson having a headache or something and he didn't play. They have the better weapons. They have Pitts. They have London. Lots of weapons on offense. Tennessee, they have no weapons. They have absolutely nothing working for them. Falcons are 2.5 point favorites. Tennessee needs to throw the towel in. They were not good with Tannehill. They're not good without him. The guy's not a good quarterback. Derrick Henry is still having a Derrick Henry type year, but you can't rely on him to do anything. That guy has been carrying the team for the last 8 to 10 years. Anyways, I don't necessarily have faith in the Falcons as being a good team, but I am expecting them to get that win here. But they will get the win. They will win 23-17, and they will cover that spread. And this is not because they're really a good team. It's just they're better than the Titans, who honestly stink. At 1 p.m. on Fox, we have the 3-4 Saints versus the 3-4 Colts. Colts are 1 point favorites here. Saints, what is up with the Saints? What is up with Derek Carr just completely sucking every single game? So they lost to the Jags last Thursday. They do have the long week. They should be rested, but what good does that do them? Because Derek Carr will not throw past 5 yards. He has all of those weapons, but all he does is dump the ball off. They have a very good defense, but the defense is on the field the whole game. Colts, 3-4. Minshew didn't have his best game this past week, but he's having a very good time as a backup quarterback. They have weapons. Moss, Jonathan Taylor, Pittman. Look for them to get the win here. Till the Saints actually score some points, I'm not buying in. So I have the Colts winning 27-24. so that obviously won't be covered. Next game at 1 p.m. on CBS, we have the New England Patriots 2-5 versus the Dolphins at 5-2. Dolphins 9.5-point favorites. Pretty good spread there versus a good Patriots defense. But Patriots, they scored 29 points last week. That will never happen again with this offense. So that was a one-time thing, a one-time fluke, and that's the end of it. They were like a fire that burned and it's burned out. Now the Dolphins are coming off of a loss versus the Eagles. Lots of bad penalty calls there. Refs were completely against the Dolphins. 10 calls on them, none on the Eagles. But the Dolphins have the weapons. Tua, Mostert, Hill, Waddle, Berrios. Look for them to get back to form. Look for them to cruising. Nobody beats up crappy teams like the Dolphins. So that will continue, and they will blow out the Patriots. Look for the Dolphins to win 27-17 and to cover. Next game we have at 1 p.m. on CBS, the 3-3 Jets versus the 2-5 Giants, the New York matchup. So the in-state rival, even though none of these teams play in the state of New York. Jets are 3-point favorites. So Jets are riding high. They have a top 10 defense, very tough defense, and they will shut the run down. Zach Wilson has been playing serviceable. He's just not costing them the game. They have Hall, so they have some weapons for him to dump the ball off to. Giants, they really have absolutely nothing going for them. I did pick them to win last week, though, and I did say that the Commanders were going to be giving up a win. Giants, although they've played competitive the last 2 weeks, I'm not buying it to continue going forward. I see the Jets getting the win here. They are 3-point favorites. I see them winning 24-14 and covering. They will shut the Giants offense down. At 1 p.m. on CBS, we have the 5-2 Jaguars versus the 4-2 Steelers. Jacksonville 2.5-point favorites. So Jacksonville did get the win this past week. Trevor Lawrence was hobbled, but he did run a lot. Look for him to be a little healthier, although I did hear that he was questionable this game, but he's probably going to play because he should be healthier than he was last game. Travis Etienne is having a very good year. For the Steelers, they did get the win last week. That was kind of an upset win. I'm not buying Pickett. Pickens is a great weapon, but I'm not buying Pickett. Although the Steelers could win this game just based off of their defense keeping the game close, I will go with Jacksonville to win 20-16 and to cover. Next game we have at 1 p.m. on Fox, the 6-1 Eagles versus the 3-4 Commanders. Eagles 6.5-point favorites. So the Eagles, Hurts was beat up last week also, but they did get the win and they outmuscled the Dolphins. They are kind of riding high right now, beating a very good Miami team. Commanders lost last weekend, and I said that they were going to lose because they flip-flop. They play good, then they stink, play good, stink. But they have absolutely no defense, so they will not be able to stop the Eagles, especially if they do not have the defense to stop them on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. So look for the Eagles to beat them up. Hal is constantly getting hit. He will be under a lot of pressure this Sunday. And the Eagles just have the better weapons. Hurts, Swift, Brown, and the best offensive line. Look for them to win. They're going to win 28-17, and they're going to cover that spread. At 1 p.m. on Fox, we have the 3-3 Texans versus the 0-6 Panthers. So Houston is 3-point favorites here. C.J. Stroud finally threw his first pick, but he's having a good year. He's hands down the rookie of the year. And they have the better weapons by far with Pierce and with Nico Collins. For the Panthers, Bryce Young has been banged up pretty much the whole year. So, could he get knocked out this game? Could he not start this game? That is very possible. He is always missing some time. Panthers just don't have the weapons yet, although they don't have a top pick, so they're not in the flopping sweepstakes right now, so they have to win. They will get better as the year carries on, but the Texans are the better team right now. Look for the Texans to win 24-20, and they will cover that spread. At 4:05 on Fox, we have the 4-2 Cleveland Browns versus the 4-2 Seahawks. So Seattle is 3-point favorites. What's up with the Browns? What's up with Deshaun Watson playing, not playing? The guy comes out, throws one pass, gets hit, gets cleared from concussion protocol, never comes back in, never puts the helmet on, makes absolutely no sense. So I don't know what they have going on, but it's not working for them. The only thing they have is a really good defense. That's what's keeping them in the games right now. But I can't buy the Browns till I know what's going on with Deshaun Watson, because it seems like he just doesn't want to play. Seahawks, serviceable team, decent defense, very, very efficient offense. Geno Smith, not having the year he had last year, but he's not costing them the games. And he has Walker, he has Metcalf. So I see Seattle winning this game, and I have them winning 27-21 and covering. At 4:25 on CBS, the Kansas City Chiefs at 6-1 versus the Broncos at 2-5. Kansas City is 8-point favorites here. Broncos, I said that they were going to win this past week. I'm not buying the Broncos as actually being competitive. Russell Wilson isn't having a bad year, but their defense isn't as bad as it's been chalked up to be because they've gotten blown out a couple times. That kind of inflates the numbers. Chiefs, 6-1. They're not as good as their record shows they are, but they have a top 5 defense. The offense is not as good, but they are still playing very well. So still like a top 15 offense. They still have Mahomes. They still have Pacheco. They still have Kelsey. Look for the Chiefs to get the win here, 28-18, and to cover. So Baltimore Ravens at 4:25 on CBS. Ravens are 5-2 versus the Cardinals at 1-6. Ravens looked really good this past weekend. They really got things firing hot. They have Lamar Jackson throwing, running the ball. They have Flowers. They have Andrews. They are 8.5-point favorites. Cardinals have absolutely nothing going on for them. They don't play good offense. They don't play good defense. And they must throw games. They must flop, stink, try to get that first pick, try to get Caleb Williams. Worst case scenario, get Drake May. So the Cardinals have absolutely nothing to play for. Look for the Ravens to win here, and I have them winning 30-14 and covering that spread and beating the crap out of the Cardinals. At 4:25 on CBS, we have the 3-3 Bengals who are on a hot streak right now. Burrow seems to be healthy. They have Chase. They have the weapons to move the ball versus the 49ers at 5-2, coming off of back-to-back losses. 49ers look mortal. They are still 5.5-point favorites. They have to rebound at some point. They still have the number 2 defense in the country, and they have a great offense on paper. Purdy is just a game manager, but they need to get things right. Christian McCaffrey should be fully healthy this game. They have the best offensive roster on paper. Maybe the Dolphins, but everything should be clicking here. Bengals will give them a run, though. I can see the Bengals winning, but I am going to bet on the fact that the 49ers get a strong rebound win. They win 24-20, but they don't cover. Next, we have the Bears at 8:20 on NBC at 2-5 versus the Chargers at 2-4. This is one of those games that's going to be a shootout. So if Justin Fields plays, he's going to run and throw all over the Chargers. Chargers do not have a good defense at all, but they have a good offense, and their offense has to rebound. Herbert has to step up. They are 8.5-point favorites. Chargers must move the ball. Bears do not have a good defense. I see the Chargers getting the win here. 31-28. They do not cover, but they win, and the game is a shootout down to the last possession. At 8:15 Monday night, we have the 3-4 Raiders versus the 5-2 Lions. Detroit is 8-point favorites. So, Raiders, there's not much to say there. They need to sell the whole team. Dumpster fire. Josh McDaniels will probably be fired. Devontae Adams, he should be on the trading block right now. Lions, 5-2, coming off of a loss. Look for them to get the rebound here. They have the better team. They have a top 10 defense. They have a top 10 offense. They have the far better roster. Goff, Montgomery, Brown. Look for the Lions to cruise to an easy win here, 31-20, and to cover that 8-point spread. So that's my breakdown of the Week 8 NFL predictions. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks.